Hey everybody, it's Tom with Hidden Beats, and we are here with Ryan McMahon. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I'm in the middle of Saskatchewan. It is cold.
That Saskatchewan is pretty cold. I used to live in Alberta, so I've gone past there a few times.
Where in Alberta did you live?
Right in Calgary.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I did a couple shows on the tour already there, and they were awesome.
Hmm.
And now I'm headed, down to the Regina area tomorrow. I'm on an off night tonight. Looks like a Montana steak for me tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's the big event.
You can't go wrong with a good steak, though.
No, it's time. It's my first
Hmm.
one of the tour. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So let's jump in. You want to introduce yourself a bit and your background for new listeners slash viewers?
Yeah, sure. I am Ryan McMahon, folk singer songwriter from Vancouver Island. I've been hanging my hat there. I was born and raised there. I was in a band called Lion Bear Fox, which was a Canadian folky Crosby, Stills and Nash
Okay.
for 8 years, and now I'm solo again. And I have a new single coming out on April 22nd called "One More Fire."
That's one of the main reasons we're here to talk to you today, actually.
Good stuff.
So you've been doing this for a fair bit. What inspired you to get into music?
Um, 22 years I've been doing it. I was in high school, and I think a lot of people probably have the same kind of experience to varying degrees. But I was just having trouble finding my niche, finding my identity, and I loved music. I'm at an age where the whole Seattle thing was blowing up, and Pearl Jam was all over the radio, and then around like 96, I think I went and saw the Tragically Hip for the first time, and that changed my life. And I just always love making people laugh, love making people smile, love making people think, and just kind of really fell in love with searching for a better song every time you try and sit down and squeeze one out, for lack of a better term. And just I've been chasing that. I've been chasing that dream all this time, and I'm still chasing it.
Would you how or who would you describe yourself as kind of similar to in the music scene?
Well, it's funny. There's a little bit of if there's ever been a downfall for me, it's that the industry itself doesn't know exactly what box to put me in, because I am heavily influenced by roots Americana, but also like I love soul music, um, um, and Motown and things like that. And so, I mean, these days, I mean, you could kind of slot me alongside somebody like Nathaniel Ratliff or Ray LaMontagne or Jason Isbell, and those guys would be fellas that I really look up to these days. Lucinda Williams is a hero of mine. Yeah, those kind of cats.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of all those names too, actually. So that works out pretty well.
Yeah.
So when you were coming up and doing your music, how did the band Lion Bear and Fox come about then?
Well, Linebear Fox was couple. So the other guys were a couple of cats that I knew from the Vancouver scene. Corey Woodward was the bear, Chris Aruda was the lion, and I was, by process of elimination, the fox.
Hmm.
Um, and I loved their work. I was big fans of theirs, and I was going to do one of these solo tours. It's quite similar to the one I'm on right now. And I was just like, dudes, come with me, ride with me, let's go. And so we would just switch up the headliner every night. We were all in similar positions. And so what ended up happening, like we left Vancouver, and by the time we got to Winnipeg, we were singing on everybody's songs.
Okay.
Um, and then I think somebody came up to us at the Park Theater in Winnipeg and said, "Hey man, that was amazing. Love the harmonies and everything. What's the name of your band?" And we weren't a band. It started resonating with people. So by the time we got back to BC, I think Corey sent Chris and I a text and said, "Let's try this," and we were all super keen to do it. We were all in similar states of our lives, and it made sense for sure. And it was a wonderful 7.5 year run.
Hmm.
great chapter in my life and career, and I don't regret that one bit.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely you talk with so much passion about it. It definitely seems like you had some fun for that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it like with a lot of bands, they're not, what do I want to say? They're not, it's hard to keep a band together.
Hmm.
And especially as we all got into our late 30s and early 40s and stuff and started, growing our families and just going in different directions musically as well. Those were three big personalities, three big cooks in the kitchen. And, we didn't always agree. But I do nothing but love for those years and those guys.
No, that's awesome. And you've got a pretty, like you said, 22 years now. You've got some, I think I read 15 discs under your belt now, and a whole
Well,
bunch of singles and all. It's hard to pick out specific notes sometimes.
yeah. I don't have 15 records, but I have a good gaggle of records. Yes.
I think your Wikipedia might be a little off then.
Oh no. Well, anybody can update those things, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I can go back in and look at that after. Yeah, it's I'm right here. You got. Oh, see, maybe I misread that. 5 full-length albums in 15 years. That's
Oh,
my
see, now
problem.
I got to update it because it's like now there's like 6 or 7. So more like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've been putting in work for sure.
It's my job.
Hmm.
Yes.
So, touring is a big component of yours, and you're on tour now. How's that going so far?
Uh, After sitting for 2 years and staring out into the cul-de-sac, it's pretty great.
Hmm.
It's pretty great. I had even a guy got something that totally would have pissed me off a couple of years ago. I had a guy get kicked out of my Kamloops show, and I was so happy that he was even there. I wasn't angry that he was disrupting the rest of the audience or anything.
Hmm.
I tried to make him feel okay as he was screaming at the bouncer. Stuff that I would have been really jaded about a few years ago. I was just so happy. Every show is just like nothing can go wrong.
It's got to be such a good feeling to get back out there and perform these tracks live.
Yeah, and getting some new songs too that I've either just recorded or I'm about to record in a couple of weeks. Getting them up on their feet and walking for the first time. That's
Yeah.
always an exciting time. Seeing what works with the audiences, seeing what doesn't work with audiences. Yeah, I love playing new material for sure. It drives them crazy because they don't know the words, but
I mean, that's the best feeling right there too.
yeah.
Is there any other like really fun touring stories you've had so far?
Um, yeah, absolutely. I rolled into Red Deer, and I did a podcast, not unlike this one, but I did it in person. Um, and it's put on by a former. He's a radio guy, so he's like, "Hello, it's David Gilmour here at Red Deer." Um, David Gilmour is also a very accomplished luthier, guitar maker, and so I did the podcast. And this is just a couple days ago, three days ago. Did his podcast. He always asked great questions. We had a wonderful time, and but then he said, "Hey, let's go into the showroom." And I figured, Dave, I can't. I go, Dave, I can't buy a guitar right now, man. I already told you I can't because I already own one of his guitars. Are beautiful. It's my main
Hmm.
writing guitar. And he's like, yeah, well, just take a look. Like, let's just take a look. And I'm like, I think he's gonna squeeze me out for another guitar, right?
Yeah.
And after 2 years of not being on the road, I need to make all of that dough.
Hmm.
So anyway, so I go in there, and he and his lovely wife Adrian are there, and then he says, "We love you. We believe in you. We know you've got new music coming out. We know you're going to be touring all over down the states and everywhere." Um, I got chicken skin even just telling you this. Pick a guitar on the wall, and it's yours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm ripping around with a fourth guitar now. So I just I'm not this like there's a lot of breaks maybe that I could say that I haven't gotten over the years, but I'm still here writing songs. I still have these little pockets of really loyal fans and friends that just mean the world to me. And that was such a lovely surprise by somebody that's been in my corner for 10 years.
And it's got to give you a little extra kind of a pick me up for the tour too, like motivation. Things are looking good, and
Yeah, I mean, it's a very busy time because everybody, I mean, I think that I used to do a lot of this stuff myself, just booking the dates, making the records, and then trying to somehow publicize them and stick your hand up in like a world of so much noise and go, look, I created this thing. Please look at it. Please look at it. And now I'm in a position where, for the first time in years, um, I have these amazing people that work with and for me, and we're all kind of united to try and break this 42-year-old one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of radio here and down south in the States as well. And we're making videos, and I just the people that are around me right now are the best folks I've ever had. And I'm just, it's a time of gratitude. And I think I'm at the right age to really appreciate it as well. The kids are getting older, and I can kind of sink my teeth into this midlife crisis and really put on a good show.
I mean, why not? You're there, go ahead.
Yeah, man.
So
Why not?
how did you deal with the pandemic and COVID and that, especially not being able to do anything really live?
Out of the gates, and I don't know, I imagine this is probably the same for a lot of cats like myself, but out of the gates, it was horrible. I didn't do a good job. I did let the depression kind of sneak up on me and kind of envelop me for a little bit. The alcohol intake went up, just sitting around outside, around the fire. And um, some days were just rife with apathy, to be really frank. It was tough. And then I started, the aforementioned folks that have been helping me out. I started getting emails and calls and just kind of just conversing with people in this business that are going to bat for me, and that are in my corner and that believe in me. And they're like, come on, man, let's write some songs, right? And I started just recording them at home, which is a very, admittedly, rinky-dink studio, but just, it's a place where I can workshop ideas. And things started happening. And then you just kind of feel that optimism start driving again. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe I can use this downtime off the road in a positive way and get some of my business ducks in a row. Maybe I can write some great songs. Maybe I can record those songs, and maybe I can team build and set some goals, some realistic goals that we can actually achieve by the time the pandemic's over. And I just found my drive again. And I'm grateful I did, because I was in a low place for a little bit.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of had some sucky spots. Myself, I had to basically sit here in this room for a while. Like, I work from home and sit in front of this computer all day long, every day. So it gets
Yeah.
monotonous after a while.
Yeah. And I mean, and in terms of social media, because social media is such a tool that we use in our industry, it's hard not to see all of the opinions and online fighting and just negativity, day in, day out. If you don't think that wears on your psyche, it does, and it does mine. So I just, and beyond music and beyond writing songs and always working and stuff, I made sure that I started getting outside more and hiking more. When the weather was good, I'm swimming in the ocean with the kids. I'm paddleboarding. I live in a beautiful place, Ladysmith on Vancouver Island, and just using the surroundings instead of. And there's times where you're at home and you're hunkered down over that laptop for sure, but trying to balance it a little bit more.
That's good. That's good. I mean, myself at the start, I was kind of okay with staying in, to be honest. I was done with people for a bit, and then after a while, I was like, okay, now I'm a little bored, and I get out with the dogs a little bit more often. But I'm based right in Ottawa, so it's not like there's fancy places we can go for a swim, or there's some places to hike and whatever. But
oh, you're in Ottawa?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, hey, whenever you get out here this way too, we'll definitely make sure to catch your shows too.
Craig Cardiff land. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone kind of dealt with COVID a bit differently. I'm at the end of my patience with it at this point now, because I want to get out and do stuff.
What's the situation like there in Ontario now? Because I'm not touring there, so my focus hasn't been on what the mandates and things like that are.
Mandates are apparently, I think I read today, they're supposed to be lifting all mask mandates by the end of this month.
Okay.
And everything's opening up at this point. They're getting to a
Yeah.
point where learn to live with it and just do the best you can.
Are you finding, now it's my interview, are you finding that, because I have some shows, like a lot of the places I'm playing on this tour are like smaller scale, they're acoustic shows, just myself. Maybe I have an opener, but they're, yeah, I mean, we're talking 50, 75 seaters, some of these places, right? Really small. But at the end of the month, I'm playing with my band back into theaters and stuff again, right? And I even got a message this morning where it's like this nice gal is like, just cool that everything's opening up, but she personally just isn't ready. Like, wants to come to the show so bad, but isn't quite ready to be around that many people. Like, it's like a 300 seater, right?
Yeah.
Which is just a bummer. So I think it's cool that things are opening up, but I think that things are like, the gate is going to get affected for a little bit.
Here I don't see it as much like that.
Okay.
I see a lot of people really excited to get back out there and doing stuff.
Right.
And I work with a promotion company also, like booking shows, and we've got a bunch of shows already booked here in Ontario, like in Ottawa. And I think one of them sold out in like 3 days. Like, it was already done.
Was it like a nationally known artist, or was it somebody like me?
A fairly decent sized name, but not. It's an Ottawa local, but he's made a name for himself across Canada for sure.
Okay.
But then there's also smaller artists too. We booked a TikTok artist. I don't remember his name, but I've never heard of him before, and he's selling out pretty well too. Like, it's going pretty good, it looks like.
I just joined TikTok.
I'm having so much trouble with TikTok. I just can't wrap my mind around it.
Are you in your late 30s?
37, yeah.
37. Okay, so I'm 42, and it's just, and my kids, because I got 2 teens, and well, basically I got 3 teens. I got a 12-year-old girl as well who's like super hip, and she's just like, really, you're gonna do this? I mean, I don't know. I can nail Instagram all day long, but I really just did not want to join another platform. But it just, everybody on the team is like, no, this is what we do now.
Yeah, no, TikTok for musicians is the way to go. I mean, in my platform, I don't really have a platform for TikTok. It doesn't really mesh well, so that's why I'm having a hard time adjusting to that. But I have seen countless musicians blow up on TikTok just because of the algorithms that they use.
But what can a 40 what can I almost aged myself, but what can a 42-year-old do? Like
it's not even about that. It's just your song. If you post it on there and someone uses the song on some of their videos, that's where you start to hit them with it.
That's what my gal said. Okay. All right.
So you can post a couple tidbits of a track, like when you're messing around on the guitar, whatever, and that will pick up, but it's the actual song itself that other people might start using for TikTok dances and things like that.
The world is mine.
Oh,
sounds good.
You have a big window you can use a lot there for sure.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, man.
Hey, I mean, I'm sure you can do it. I like your music myself. I was listening to it with my wife, and she kind of was like, "Oh, okay, this is fun."
Have you heard the new single?
Yeah, I got it sent over to me beforehand, so I can make sure.
Sweet.
And I'm digging it for sure.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
One other point, actually, speaking of singles, you had a single on Californication. How crazy was that?
It felt great because I really liked the show. Not as great watching it with your parents.
Yeah.
It was, the subject matter and whatnot, but that's sort of been a little gift that keeps on giving over the years. Whenever it's in reruns, you see a little bump in attention and stuff, and some new fans, especially overseas, like in Poland and Denmark and Germany and places like that.
Well, I think those places are like, they're a bit behind when you're getting to the TV stuff, so it's probably newer to them and rolling out a little bit more.
Maybe. Yeah, Duchovny.
Yeah. No, but I liked it. I thought it was good, and Californication was a good show too, and I
Hell
definitely
yeah.
whenever I got the chance. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that felt really good.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about the new single, One More Fire.
Sure. Okay, so country singer sensation, friend of mine. He's a friend. This guy named Aaron Pritchett.
Oh yeah, I've met him and played and had some shows with him out here.
Oh, great, man. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
The warmest heart. I can't say enough good things about him. Musically, we're totally different entities. But we were playing a charity event at Ronald McDonald House, and we got to talking, and just about our careers and stuff, where I'm at, where he's at. These things are always changing, these careers of ours, and his son Jordan and his gal Danielle, they are in a band called Cross Parallel. They're
We've
also
actually interviewed them also.
okay, great. Okay, so Cross Parallel, his son Jordan. Anyway, basically the gist of it is Aaron was curious what would happen if he gathered a little bit of a team around me and said, can we try to record one song a different way in a different place, with different musicians than you're accustomed to. Let's just see what we can churn out. I said, well, what kind of song do you want to, do you want to record? And he says, don't change anything about your lyrics, stay authentic, stay true to yourself. But whatever you do, make it up tempo.
Okay.
I said, okay, I can do that. I wrote One More Fire a couple days later. And it's a song about, like, it sounds just like this fun summer country rock acoustic song. To me, it does.
No, I mean,
But
same with me.
if you dig into the lyrics just a little bit, though, it's a song about me redeeming myself and hanging on to this dream that I've had for all these years, tooth and nail. And I think that, especially after everything that we as a society have been through, I think that there might be a couple of nuggets of relatability in there for the listener if they're looking for something, a little bit deeper than drinking on a plane or something to that effect in the country world. So not to throw shade on that genre. It's just, I think that there's a lot of artists in the country world, specifically in Canada, that are saying pretty much the same thing, and they're giving the customers what they want, for sure. But I bet that there's a place for something with a little bit of a slightly deeper lyrical content. We can still make those songs up tempo, make them move their bodies, but maybe we can move their minds a little bit as well. And that might be ambitious of me, I don't know, but we're going to give it a shot.
And I hate to be that guy, but your audio just went out again. right at that last sentence that you just said. It could partially be because of your connection there, because we're doing this over Wi-Fi. So
not me. I'm on data now after that other BS. So I'm on data now.
There we go.
Okay. So I'm in North Battleford. Do you know where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing the best I can, man. But I'm on data now.
It's all good. I've had some technical issues before, and we just make do with what we can.
Cool.
All right, so I do have 3 questions that I always ask everyone I'm interviewing, and I'll warn you ahead of time. These ones tend to elicit more thought, and they stump people, so be prepared.
Oh, I'm stoked.
So the first one that I always like to ask is, what kind of advice were you given when you were coming up that you held on to the most?
That's easy. There was a guy in Nanaimo where I cut my teeth, okay? And just put your hand up if my audio cuts out, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right. There was a guy that did sound and made records independently for the most part, but he actually, no, that's not true. He records like David Gogo and the Irish Rovers and, everybody from our neck of the woods, right? Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Whatever you're doing to reset something there, it seems to work pretty quickly now.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll keep trying. It's a different thing every time.
Oh, okay.
Um, so what advice that stuck with me? There's been lots of things for sure, but so this guy that I was talking about, Rick Salt, he was an engineer, recording engineer, producer from Nanaimo, but he also did sound in the main club that I grew up playing, in my late teens, early 20s. And he would see all the different incarnations of me, the different styles I would try. You try different styles with your voice. One time in particular, I showed up for sound check and I was going to be the brooding asshole for a little bit. I was going to try that hat on because I didn't know who I was yet.
Mm-hmm.
You just try, like, I mean, I was 19, I was just trying everything. I didn't know who I was. And so I'm walking into the Queens at sound check.
Oh, I think
Sorry, Tom.
There, you're back now.
Sorry, Tom.
No worries.
Damn. You're gonna really have to edit the shit out of this.
Yeah, I mean, by trade, I'm a photographer, videographer, so that's what I do anyways.
Okay.
So I don't worry about it too much.
Okay.
Things happen.
Okay. Well, okay. So I won't get long-winded about it. I'll give you the answer really fast now.
Okay.
Rick Salt saw me brooding,
Mm-hmm.
being sullen, and he saw me across the room, dropping my guitars off and my amp and stuff. And he said, hey, he pulled me aside. I was 19, and he goes, hey man, none of that. Be yourself.
Okay.
Be yourself. Be authentic all the time. If they like you, great. If they don't, then this isn't for you.
Makes sense.
It's very simple, but I still think about it all the time.
If it's something that holds true to you, then that's what you need.
And then this is more of a songwriting thing. What's the least you can do to make this song great? The least amount of notes, the least amount of complexities, because then when things get really crazy complex, you're doing that shit for you. You're not doing that for the listener.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to connect with people, paint in very big, broad strokes, and then they will be able to share in that experience with you.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Me too. Okay, there's my two. Next question.
All right. Next question is, what is something on your current playlist that people would not expect you to listen to?
Hollis Brown.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
And I love it. I love dirty garagey blues music as well.
Yeah, I'm a fan of a good song, so it doesn't matter what it is. If it's well done, that's what I want to hear.
Me too. I love punk rock if punk rock is good. I love blues if blues is good. Motown, like I said earlier, like just take it all in and keep the best and leave the rest.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Motown too, and one of my favorite concerts I ever got to see was actually Frankie Valli. He came to town here.
Man,
that guy, really? He doesn't move very much anymore. He's a little bit older, but his pipes are still the exact same thing, and it hit awesome. Me right in the heart every time he sang something.
Yeah.
So, and my last of my three questions: what is something that you wish more people knew about you that they don't ask enough?
Oh, there's the hardest one.
I always leave that right to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a real jerk, what is something that people don't know about me that I wish they asked more? Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean,
are you okay?
Okay, no, that's good.
Because sometimes I'm not okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm especially as I kind of dip my toes into the country genre, again, particularly in this country, I find that you're supposed to be up and on all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a unique challenge for a guy with my wiring.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's good. I got this. It's going to be fine. I'm a middle-aged guy now. I know who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin, but I wish that people would ask me how I'm doing more.
Okay. No, yeah. I can appreciate that, especially with what's just happened in the last couple of years. and people's mental health have, taken a toll on them. So,
And further to that, I need to ask people how they're doing more.
yeah, that's, a little give and take. That makes sense too. I mean, I wouldn't honestly. I don't think about those things. That's why I like asking these questions, because I only come from my perspective. So you can only see so many things. But hearing these things from other people,
I wish that interviewers would. There's more. I got another one.
Okay.
I wish that interviewers would ask questions 1 and 2 way more, because
Okay.
I really enjoyed 1 and 2, but not so much 3.
Yeah. You got to give them a little bit extra at the end,
Yeah, for sure, man.
So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have for you. I don't want to keep you too long, but is there any final thoughts you want to give to listeners / viewers?
Just that One More Fire is out on the 22nd of April, and I hope they love it. I hope the song resonates with them. I'm going in the studio to record 2 follow-up singles on the 21st of this month, as soon as I get back from tour, these solo dates. And One More Fire is one more chance to get back to a roaring 20s that maybe we can duplicate from the 19th.
That would be nice. Yeah.
So just be kind and get up and get after it, and treat people well, because never mind the division. Let's talk less politics and more humanity.
If everyone gave a little bit extra kindness, things would just be that much better.
I think so. It's okay to disagree. You don't have to write them off,
That's perfect. I like that. Well, I wish you, good luck on the rest of your tours. And like I said, I hope we get to see you this side of the country soon enough.
Yeah, I'll get out that way for sure.
And you enjoy the rest of your, I guess it's evening now. I don't even know what time it is. Jeez.
It's dinner time here. It's almost, it's old man dinner time. It's 5 o'clock.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's 5:30 for me. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm only an hour. Okay, great.
Well, thanks for taking time to chat with us. And like I said, good luck.
Thanks for the time, Tom. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. You have a good one.
Okay, take care, man.
Okay, bye.